Hey guys, in today's video I will be doing an update on when we could potentially see our next true good chances for tropical development to start occurring again. And what I'm going to show you is what each of the models are showing, and it seems that especially the GFS European and CMC models are all hinting at potential tropical activity more centered towards the Caribbean Gulf subtropics region and generally just closer towards the United States as we head forward from now through early October. I will also be showing you the MJO phases and a tweet that I just recently saw, just actually a few minutes ago, which was very interesting to see. So I'll be showing you all of that in this video. So alright, let's just jump in and get started. So first we're looking at the GFS model, the 12Z run. This is the newest run that has just fully come in as of about a half or so hour ago. And we're looking at the Western Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Gulf, off the southeast coast. And as we head forward in time from today through going into this upcoming week through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see there's that slug of moisture there that goes right up from the Gulf, the moisture from the Gulf and the Caribbean up towards the East Coast. That is our big nor'easter system that will be really impacting the Northeast, New England, Mid-Atlantic, and really a majority of the East Coast going into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which I made a video on yesterday if you guys want to check that one out if you haven't yet, because that is the next really big chance of a lot of good rainfall for those regions, since they're dealing with one of a really bad drought that they haven't really seen in quite a while. You can see it's kind of actually a 1-2 punch for that nor'easter system heading towards Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's kind of one nor'easter system, and then a second one forms right behind it. But then again, here's what I really wanted to show you guys. For again, the point of today's video is the potential for the next good potential for when we could see our next big bout of tropical activity. You can see the GFS model heading towards October 3rd, 4th shows big boost of moisture all throughout the Caribbean, especially in the Western Caribbean. Oops, sorry about that. This starts to form into a tropical, seems to be forming into a tropical system, very large system, and then gets sucked up into the Eastern Gulf and into the Florida Panhandle, and then off the East Coast and off into the Atlantic. So the GFS is showing that there's good potential for tropical development as we head into very early October, into even like very end of this upcoming week, into the following week. So quite soon, which is very interesting. So it seems like that is going to be something that will be occurring. And if we just move this out farther in time, you can see there's even still some amounts of potential of tropical activity there that the GFS shows getting towards even the end of the run for that tropical development potential. So that is very interesting to see. Now let's look at what the European model is showing for potential tropical development. The 12Z run is just coming in for the European model, so we'll use the 00Z run from way earlier this morning. So you can see we move this forward in time. There's that nor'easter system that's being indicated by that pretty tight vorticity there that rides up the East Coast. And then the European model isn't as vigorous at showing the potential of tropical development, but you can see in that same general area of where the GFS was showing, still that Western Caribbean to the Gulf area has that bit of a spin type look to it. So the European model still is indicating there is that potential, not as strong as a potential that it's showing than what the GFS is showing currently, but the European is still showing that potential. Now the CMC model, let's change it to the precipitation. And as we move this out in time, you can see there goes that nor'easter system up the East Coast, and then after this point, there's all that moisture in the Caribbean and the Gulf. You can see the CMC model also, like the GFS and European model, still has that potential of tropical development. You can see that spin in that general Western Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and just Western Atlantic right near the U.S., especially the southeast Florida, the Gulf Coast. So the tropical potential is starting to become a lot greater of a chance of about to continue and get another big burst of tropical development quite soon. So now I'm going to show you the potential of the MJO and what the MJO phases we're going to be heading into now. Oh man, it still hasn't loaded in yet, so we'll have to use the 00Z run of the MJO forecast from the CFS model. You can see the Atlantic Basin is in a most of a neutral phase of the MJO, with really the eastern part of the Atlantic Basin really dominated by a sinking phase of the MJO. But then as we head into, again, look at this, as we head into October 4th through the 11th, the entire Atlantic Basin, the Eastern Pacific, and Africa, it all gets dominated by a pretty strong rising MJO phase, which is very conducive for tropical development. And then even as we head towards October 11th through 18th, the Atlantic starts to head back into a sinking phase of the MJO, but still the central and eastern part of the Atlantic is still in a rising phase of the MJO. So we could really see one last big burst of tropical development going through the early to the middle part of October before we start to head towards the latter part of October, getting towards the end of October, towards Halloween, when the tropical development will really start to die off. But you can see, yeah, there's going to be a big chance of potential tropical development as we head into later this week, into the following week, and through the first half of October. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing that we're really going to have to monitor. Here's the tweet I'm going to show you on Twitter. Why can't I? That's weird. Why can't I show you? Can't show you the Twitter. The tweet that I was going to show you. Though actually, if I just show you here, I texted my friends this, but here you can see. I saw this tweet just a few minutes ago that one of the weather people I follow on Twitter tweeted just about 15 minutes ago or so, and he said that the Northeast New England hurricane window earlier on in the season was between August 20th to September 23rd. That didn't really end up being the case. We saw our main tropical systems happen before then with Faye and Isaias. But then he goes on to say that, before that, systems are generally weaker, like Faye, 2020, Hannah, 2008, etc. I don't know why it said Hannah 2008. I think he meant to say Hannah. Well, maybe Hannah did happen in 2008 that affected New England. But in any case, we had Faye and Isaias before that window of time. But then after that, it's there's the potential of stuff in the Northeast in New England, like the perfect storm, October gales, Sandy, of course, like that, anomalies, etc. The true Northeast barotropic canes have that potential, but going forward into October now. So you can see he provided a map of the Atlantic sea surface temperature map, showing that the Atlantic, for especially the Gulf, the Caribbean, the subtropical region, and the MDR are all very warm, have very warm sea surface temperatures, above 80 degrees Fahrenheit at the least. So that really helps produce tropical development and enhances that potential. And then this is the I believe this is the heat, the total heat potential in the Atlantic. You can see there's very deep values there going into now, and you can see it gets even increased more as we head towards October. You can see that really peaks out for the Caribbean, the Gulf, the subtropics region, the very western part of the MDR. So if anything forms in especially the Caribbean and just near Florida, the Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico area, it does have that potential to potentially go up the East Coast and impact the Northeast New England region. So we really have to watch that very, very closely. So that is a pretty big thing we're going to have to watch. And then, of course, last but not least, I have to always show you that we are in a La Nina, and La Nina conditions really enhance the potential of tropical development for the Atlantic. So, as you can see, the 3.4 region is well in La Nina territory at negative 0.868 degrees Celsius, so that is definitely well within La Nina territory. And then the Nino 3 region as well is also in well within La Nina territory at negative 1.215 degrees Celsius. So, really the entire, even the Nino 4 region has now recently dropped back into La Nina territory again at negative 0.516 degrees Celsius. It did go a bit of into the negative 0.4 degrees Celsius regions between, so it went a little out of La Nina territory, but still we are in the La Nina. We're definitely in La Nina, and that will stick around with us through the rest of fall, through all of winter, and likely won't end until we get towards next spring. So that's really going to be something to watch. The Nino 1+2 region, the 1+2 Enzo region is also well within La Nina territory. It's at negative 1.723 degrees Celsius. So that is also going to be something we're really going to have to monitor. But again, if I show you the Enzo outlook now, at the newest update of it from the Climate Prediction Center, this new one came out September 21st, so just last week. We go down and see La Nina advisory, where La Nina conditions are present, so we are definitely in a La Nina. And there are two graphs that I want to show you. Here's the graph of so far. This is all the years dating back to 2008 of when we were in a La Nina, neutral, and El Nino phases of the Enzo, and you can see there's 2020 at the bottom. The first third of the year, we were in El Nino, transitioned into a neutral phase as we started to head into the hurricane season, into later spring and into the hurricane season, and then through now we're getting even colder, and through June, July, and August we got down to negative 0.4 degrees Celsius for the entire Enzo region as a mean, and then that will likely continue to go down, and we will likely we're already in La Nina territory, so between July, August, September, we entered the La Nina phase as we got to the very end of August into the beginning of September, and then as we head through the rest of this month into October, November, December, January, February, I think the last few boxes here will be shaded blue to indicate that we are in a La Nina. And then the other thing I want to show you is this graph. This is the forecast of whether we'll be going forward into more of a La Nina, neutral, or El Nino. You can see we are likely to continue to be in an El Nino, 70% or above between now and January, February, March, and then as we head towards the end of winter into the beginning of spring, those chances of La Nina go down to about 50-50, and then it seems that neutral will likely take over, going towards the later part of the spring and towards summer of next year. So we'll have to watch that very closely. But again, we are definitely in a La Nina. We will stick around with La Nina through the rest of the fall, through the rest of this year. Throughout the rest of 2020 will be dominated by La Nina conditions, and then even into the early part of 2021 we will be in La Nina conditions. So as we get closer towards the winter season, especially as we get towards the middle to end of October and into November, I will start to make more videos relating to winter and the potential of what La Nina has for the U.S., for what the U.S. pattern for the winter could look like because of the La Nina conditions. So that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. This is just a bit of an update for you guys to show you when the potential of the tropics, the hurricane season, to really start to pick back up again before we get to the end of hurricane season and start to move on, look forward towards what could happen for the rest of fall and winter. But hopefully you guys really enjoyed this video, this quick update on the tropics. And again, consider liking the video, commenting if you're a first-time viewer and you like what you saw in today's video. If you like this content, I do tons of this on my channel, so please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.